Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusaders of Might and Magic. Here we are in the citadel, where we left off last time. Let's go and talk to some people. In this one we'll be talking to more people.
Our Crusaders shall smite the Legion. They are nothing before our might.
There aren't quite as many as in the last video, and there are going to be even less, but it has this guy.
Listen very carefully. Travel to the place and retrieve the thing and place it within the other thing. Only then can you defeat that guy.
Yeah, this guy is pretty strange. But yeah, this place has less unique NPCs, sadly.
Public proclamation states we are at war with the forces of the Legion of the Fallen. I've not even seen any damn Legion. What are they?
Also, there are those little shells which you cannot get to. I tried jumping from the tallest thing, which is this guy, and even though I make a mistake of jumping forward here, you jump higher when you jump just up without any directions. But if you move him a little closer, jump up. I said jump up. You still cannot get there. Well, at least I couldn't manage, so I hope there is nothing hidden. When you would expect to catch onto the ledge, you just kinda glitch out. Also, there is nothing in the little storage rooms and nothing up there, up this spiral staircase. There is just a woman who says something not interesting and not funny, so excuse me for not going there ever. But here is the bulk of the citadel level. It's slightly, it's kind of like a little circular loop. Well, it's not really necessary for you to understand the structure here. I'll explore it.
Celestia is expecting you.
Well, too bad. I'm going to go off wandering around the citadel for once. There is a couple levels here, just like two big floors with these rooms. Well, I don't know why I'm even explaining. First of all, let's go look at this little model of the sunflower in the pot. Just look, admire for a second. So the sunflower apparently doesn't need ground to grow. Anyway, there is some more people in here, including that one guy.
Celestia can be found most often in her throne room, deep within the citadel.
I don't know why he does that animation.
I would tell you tales of danger and adventure, but you would grow pale and run off to find your nanny.
Screw you!
I've seen a Crusader take on a Kriegelmite bare-handed. It was an amazing sight. Made me proud to be human.
There's no Kriegelmites in this game, whatever those are.
Celestia can be found most often in her throne room, deep within the citadel.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that animation.
Who can believe in the mandate of heaven jargon anymore anyway?
Mandate of heaven, huh?
I am Pharaoh. Greetings.
Hello! You seem enthusiastic about your name. Anyway, those two guys that didn't speak to me, they are just kind of like docile enemies in here. They will attack you, and they have no dialogue. So when I tried talking to one of them, that guy with the funny animation reacted instead. Down here there is a little bit of a mechanism, which I don't know what's the purpose of it. There's nothing here besides you can get nothing here. There's nothing. Did I mention there's nothing?
Are you supposed to be down here?
Do you know where you are supposed to be, actually? I come with orders from Princess... I mean, just Celestia, excuse me. You're supposed to be down there. Goodbye. Ah, damn it, he dropped some money I can get now. But yeah, you can actually kind of traverse this shit. Too bad there is no platforming like this in the actual game, like required, because this is kind of fun. Woohoo! That was really close, actually. But yeah, there is nothing. And I will say it again, there is absolutely nothing. Okay, got it? Alright. Also, there is this roof here you can get on, and there is, guess what? Nothing. But it's interesting. I guess you could kill that guy and get like 3 gold pieces. Or GP if you're in a hurry. There is this place again. Anyway, the most interesting parts are in this little side. There is some potions and a barrel that holds a barrel. That's kinda neat. I come here for like 4 healing potions, even though these healing potions are shit. And a speed potion. And this little pot thing which indoors. I don't know why they would make it indoors. That's kind of strange. Also, there's that little... I didn't show it. Oh well. There's just like one row of tiles on the floor that's higher than the rest. But never mind, this place is great. There is, guess what, nothing here but some entertainment. First of all, let's look at some textures here, like this chair. We saw it before, but I think we saw it before, at least, I don't know. Just look at it, I mean, just look at this texture work. Also this bed, but we're going to actually do something about it. This guy doesn't notice because he's asleep. He doesn't know that he's supposed to fall. Although he's sleeping with his eyes open. Maybe he's dead. This bed annoys me. It's too big. And debris it produces are also kinda too big, but whatever. Let's of course disturb this guy as well. And his sword is really crooked on his shirt. Oh well. Well, that was the fun basement when I was breaking beds, so to speak. Also, I'm rolling up the staircase for no reason. There's a shopkeeper here. First of all, let's destroy his this thing. Just the debris are kind of amusing, I believe. Yeah, some more of that way the texture debris just showing off here. This guy has nothing useful.
Please check out my fine wares.
Some potions, a sort of quality, which is supposed to be better than a regular longsword, but worse than our hammer. Let's sell our cursed axe. Also, despite him having an axe, he does not attack you because he's a shopkeeper and an invulnerable NPC like that transport lady, so they do not really care about us anyway. Let's go meet with Celestia. But not before attacking this guy. This is one of those non-speaking NPCs, and some of them seem to be invulnerable, but this guy actually just has a lot of health. I'm just demonstrating here, you know. There we go. Nothing useful dropped. Maybe some experience gained. I haven't checked. But the most important thing we gained is knowledge. Also, these halberds these guys have, they get you through shields every time. Some other enemies have them as well.
I am of the new elite. You should watch your tongue in my presence.
Fuck off. There's another guy here which for some reason seems to be avoiding me. Let's go speak to him.
When you meet with Celestia, notice how she exudes leadership, grace, beauty, and strength.
Yeah, remember this. And when we talk to Celestia, please, for the love of God, pay attention to how she exudes all those things. This stairway is kinda long, but it's not long enough for me to speed it up, like I will probably some of the future parts in this game. Also, I cannot help but I really want to say Princess Celestia each time I just say Celestia. It's just so ingrained in my mind right now. Oh well, here we are, her kind of room here in the middle of the entire citadel. You cannot jump out, sadly. You get knocked out by the invisible wall here. Whoop. But at least you can admire the area. It's probably the nicest looking place in this whole level.
You must be Drake. I'm sure you are familiar with our struggle. Since the Legion took control of Stronghold, they've made life hell for everyone in Ardon, destroying villages, intercepting supply shipments. If that weren't enough, their leader, Necros, has been busy collecting pieces of ancient technology to construct a weapon.
For what?
That's what we'd like to find out. Unfortunately, nothing can be done until we've taken back Stronghold.
Good luck. That place is locked solid.
There's a way to get in, with the Horn of Shattering. It's a powerful artifact that could break through Stronghold's barriers once and for all. Unfortunately, the horn is in the possession of the dwarves of Carantha. We need someone who can persuade the Dwarven King to let us borrow it.
Hope you're not thinking of me, Celestia. I'm no good with words. I speak with a sword.
It may come to that, Drake. That's why I've chosen you for this mission. And accordingly, you will be granted the honorable title of Crusader.
Lucky me.
Yeah, fuck your Crusaders. So yeah, there's Princess Celestia is sending Bruce Wayne on a friendship mission to the dwarves to make friends with them and demand our artifact. Also, Princess Celestia apparently employs robots. Look at the sides of this guy's torso. And she has some really strange HOMs down there. Oh boy. But if you think those are HOMs, you have seen nothing. In this very video we'll see the mother of all HOMs. I've been trying to move her around here. You cannot move these super important and vulnerable NPCs just by walking into them, but you can bash them with their shield, which of course you will lose health for that, but you can kinda push her down this staircase here to the point where no one else will see you attacking her, but she is invulnerable, so you can just kinda beat her down with a hammer and nothing will happen at all. That hasn't got any point. But remember what I said in the first video about the locations being reloaded when something important happens? Well, guess what? These places, well, I don't think this level actually changed, it just reloaded a little bit. But since it's reloaded, I can go back to that room with tons of potions and get some more, because they all came, you know. You know, I don't actually know why I bother, because instead of using the speed potions to run faster, I might just speed up the, well, I will just speed up the footage, and those healing potions are kinda shit. You need like thousands of them to heal your life fully, even at this point in the game. But I guess I just wanna have a lot of bottles in my inventory or something. And these are nice because you don't waste like the super green healing potions for healing. Like you waste a bunch of small ones, but you have nothing against that. Also, I just noticed, yeah, I have this fire resistance potions, which will be completely 100% useless in the entire game, so I'm going back to sell it to the guy as well. And I think I will sell mana crystals, because you get more than enough mana potions throughout the entire game.
Please check out my
I don't even need all this money. But whatever. Better than just throwing them on the ground, I guess. More satisfying. But yeah, there is that. This game is strange. You don't really need a lot of money for anything. If you buy all the items that are good for you, you end up with lots and lots of extra money still by the end of the game. Even if you don't do the whole, like, collect every weapon the enemies drop and sell them. And as I said, I used to buy lots of greater healing potions to fight Necros, but you don't really need that either, so I don't know. I wish there was a way to sink lots of money, but this game doesn't give it trouble anyway.
Glory to the gods of light and combat. May your sword find the true enemy and vanquish him.
I'm using a hammer, Jesus.
Why do you bother me? Be gone.
I have seen the competing between the new and the old guard. I suspect some are not very happy at the favor Celestia bestows upon her younglings.
That voice acting actually sounded competent.
Hail, I am Ethan.
Hail, Ethan.
Hey there, Drake. How'd your meeting with Celestia go?
You're looking at the Citadel's newest hero. Can you get me down from here?
Aye, hop aboard. Something tells me your adventures are just beginning.
Make some friends.
Someday I'll also be a Crusader.
Whatever,
Good
bitch.
luck to you.
I like how he just turns around and walks away as soon as she states her like life dream. Also, if you were wondering, you can push her down here as well, and you can land on her and survive just like in the Citadel. I'm not going to do that though. I'm just gonna marvel at how the cliffs here just end and how they move down there without the water, because the water is painted on the background, and just everything is so wonky. Holy shit. Also, I don't think I pointed out last time all these wonderful squares on the ground here. Some top-notch modeling or texturing or whatever you want to call it. I guess they were making it from some sort of terrain thing which makes a grid, and they didn't have any sort of like mask technology for blending textures.
We are trapped here. The road to the rest of the world traveled through this stronghold. A path usable, no more.
And I guess that kind of lampshades how, even though you're supposed to be in this big world, the game environment is very limited and you cannot really go out anywhere, because this part of the world is just canyons and tunnels, and no one can get out except through the citadel. Actually, I mean the citadel, the stronghold.
Have you ever seen a black knight? They are frightening! If you see one, I suggest running.
That's the racist guy that we've seen, but I just wanted to speak to him again. Anyway, here we are back to this place. There's this fork again here. If you remember, to the left there were a bunch of skeletons, which I barely survived. This time there is a skeleton mage there, which I think is the first time we see him in the game here. But there is nothing. He drops like a couple potions, and I mean, we get the experience, but it's just not worth wasting your time going there. There's the ghost house again. Of course we are going to visit it, because the ghost house, come on. Maybe we'll see some more friend Caspers. Let's see.
Hail, I am Casper. Hail, I am Casper.
Yep, they're talking to each other. Oh boy, it must be kind of awkward for them living there, but maybe they're brothers, I don't know. So yeah, we are going back to the catacombs now, because the road to the dwarven city lies to the catacombs. And no, I am not producing 2 copies of the same video just for the sake of this little part here, because this is the first part again with the music, which is different in my old version and the GOG version, but it's really minor. And if you'll excuse me, I will just have this one video with the music that I think is better, because that's what I'm used to. Also, well, there's the way to the catacombs, but you can go to the shop there. The shopkeeper has in his chest now 1 gold piece and a speed potion as well. But 1 gold piece, I found it pretty funny. Also, there's this woman who last time said that maybe later. This time...
Trust me, there's more to this struggle than meets the eye. This should help you see things clearly.
This time she sells you a spellbook. Torch. That's our first new spellbook, and it just upgraded our torch, so now it should be farther and has more radius, I guess. Can't really get any brighter because it makes everything full bright as it is. Also, this is the first time I'm actually noticing this awesome UV mapping on the floor here. Just check out all these seams on the textures. Holy shit. This little valley here is just a wondrous land of technical mishaps. Like this shadow. This bush thing, shrub, is placed into the ground, and it causes the shadow to really act strangely. I don't know. Actually, I've got no idea how exactly they're making those shadows, like map and project and everything, but whatever. And there is of course this grass here, which is placed like a lot actually in modern games as well, like Far Cry 4, Skyrim, all have grass like that. And it's just sad that people still don't notice that, because I mean, that's bullshit, that's crap. That's terrible. Looking at the texture seams, and I'm actually noticing that like all the squares here have texture seams. The textures do not really like fit anywhere. But whatever, here's the ye olde catacombs entrance. This guy is my favorite male NPC.
I cannot help but wonder if we will be able to stem this tidal the stronghold as quickly as we want.
Yeah, his motions and his tone of voice really do not fit. Huh. Oh well. Now if you played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, you might recognize this music. It's actually a remix, but it's yeah, it's pretty much just a very slight remix of one of the combat tracks from Heroes 3. And this place is probably one of the more actiony levels in the game, which we revisit 3 times. Oh boy, and each time it's harder. Mostly it's hard due to one particular place. I will point it out, of course. But it also usually has some loot. Although, this is the first place where I've noticed... Yeah, those guys, by the way. the first place where I've noticed a difference in item placement between difficulty settings in this game, because there's a particular thing down that path under the stairs where I looked for a brief second there, which isn't on hard mode, isn't there. It's there on normal and easy, and of course those have different names, but I am not remembering them, like Squire, Knight and Crusader, I think. I will go down there nonetheless, just to show you the place for the first time. Every time you go there, I think there's new enemies, maybe. Anyway, of course I test ahead in these recordings, so if there is nothing worth there, I will know it before going down, and I will just not go there and inform you accordingly. But at least once after this, there is like a holy shit battle here with thousands of skeletons, and probably no reward if I remember correctly, which I think I might show that because it's just challenging and fun. Alright, so notice this totally inconspicuous floor, and there is the skeleton mage. Those guys are probably the most annoying enemies in the game, because their lightning stuns you. It doesn't really deal that much damage. It deals like 3 or whatever. By the way, yeah, here is where the item would be. It would be a thunderous hammer, and it's not here on hard. But anyway, their lightning doesn't deal much damage, and you can drink an air resistance potions and it will deal like 1 damage instead of 3, so that's very useful. But it stuns you, and if those guys are in the back and normal skeletons are fighting you and you get stunned, of course, guess what happens? You get comboed and ganked and whatever. So that's not the best situation to be in, and those guys should be taking out first thing, usually. Sometimes you can evade the lightning, sometimes you can just survive or whatever. They take a lot more hits than the regular enemies, so killing them first is kind of problematic sometimes. Also, these guys are getting smart, but I'm still smarter than these badly coded NPCs, so that's something I can say for myself. And yeah, there is a lot of the interest of the combat in this game actually is in finding like the best place to fight people where there's a bottleneck. Like I said last time, you don't want to get surrounded because you will get destroyed. And some places just do not have any sort of bottlenecky location like that, but some places do, and sometimes it's fun. But back to the topic of skeleton mages, they're only the most annoying enemy for a while, and that does not mean that there is going to be a more annoying enemy, even though there are some contestants. There's just a thing we get later to deal with them, which is brilliant, and I will of course point it out. I mean, there's no way you will not be able to notice that, but I'm really looking forward to getting that thing. Let's just say that. No spoilers. Okay, here there is something strange in the neighborhood. There is the mother of all homes. There is a plain old just fake wall here, and you fall down into a place where you actually don't get stuck there, thankfully. You can escape always. And not only you, that enemy also can escape. But it's kinda seizure inducing down there, and also panic inducing if you don't know beforehand that it's actually completely safe. And of course, if I tried finding him here, there were times in my life when I battled him there and won, but it's kind of challenging, more challenging than normal, because you can barely see in here. Also, I like how in HOMs you can see my fraps counter, because it doesn't get erased by new rendering or whatever. But yeah, this place is kind of a mess. Huh. This dark place here though, it's kinda neat. It has a couple, I mean, the game has a couple of places like this in the game. Yeah, that's a badly constructed sentence, but it's really cool because the torch is the only way, the spell torch, I mean, is the only way to see in here, and it's kind of spooky. Like, it was really spooky for me as a kid. And here is the shield that we're going to be holding throughout the entire game. And I know it, well, not the entire game actually, but most of it. I know it looks smaller. Let's see actually at the stats. Let's look at the stats. Notice my resists and my speed. Resists are slash and bash 10 and 20 speed. This is this shield. When we put on the shield of quality, my speed gets down to 15 and the resist jump to 19. This is useless, because you don't generally get hit through a shield. Shields either block everything, or, well, I mean, they block pretty much everything apart from a couple weapons. And those you are just better off not getting hit by. And also, I don't know why I'm just hanging this cursor here. I think I was planning to explain some other thing, but that's best saved for later. So yeah, there is no reason to get shields with better resist, because, I mean, they do kind of act like armor. The armor that I'm wearing gives me those base 10 resist and bash and slash, but most of the time you don't really count on getting hit. So any other properties that a shield has are vastly more beneficial. Like this one has +5 speed, which is not that much, but it helps. Every little bit helps. There's a bunch of speed raising items in the game, and I'll be collecting all of them because, of course, that's like the best stat. After health and damage and all that, mana, I guess, which is determined by intelligence, by the way. Let's trap this guy down there. So yeah, speed is great, and I just wanna, like, by the end of the game, we also get some from level ups, I think. But by the end of the game, with all the items that increase speed, and when you drink a potion, it's probably going to look ridiculous, so I kinda want to save all these items for that exact moment. There's one last guy here, but he doesn't notice me, and there's a secret here. 10 gold coins, very worthy. But still kinda neat that they thought to hide it. Also, this guy actually heard me, but he gives up on me here, so I can jump out safely. First time I fell through there, I didn't know that you jump higher when you jump straight up, so I thought I was stuck completely without chance for escape, and that was kind of frightening. But anyway, we are approaching the worst part of this level. And why, you might ask, it's the worst? It's the worst because it's very open. There's shit tons of enemies, especially later in the game, in the later revisits of this place. And they're programmed, I think. So like one enemy sees you, and if any other enemy sees an enemy that saw you, they also kinda know you're there. So in here you pretty much walk in, first enemy sees you, and suddenly there's thousands running your way, and some of them are mages and some of them are like specter things, which we've seen one of them in the very beginning of the game in the prison. The guys that are nearly completely invincible. They take even more hits, deal even more damage. And by the time we encounter them next, they have this wonderful spell which just drains your health and probably gives it to them. And you cannot really dodge or avoid that in any way, you just have to kill them. I think Dark Resist helps against that, so Dark Resist is the only resist worth pursuing. There is a great armor in this game which has like resists to all the elements, but I think it might give you like actually negative resist to light and dark, so it makes it completely worthless. The only, well, I mean, general bash and slash resists are usually what you get armors for, new armors like upgraded in shops. Some of them I think might have some additional properties. I do not know all the artifacts in this game by heart, but I know that there is an armor that has like additional resistances to light and dark, and that's the armor I'm going to be using as soon as I get it, because the most dangerous source of damage by that point will be those unavoidable life training spells from the specters. There's another mage here. If you approach them fast enough before they notice you, they will not immediately attack with lightning. But you can see the situation here. I think it was resolved here without much trouble. That guy didn't think to cast, maybe he was just too close to me. But in situation like this it's very dangerous, because those guys will stun you and the other people will jump on that opportunity and murder your face. So this first pass through this place of the catacombs is actually not really that dangerous. I have dealt with everyone here now. Just mop up some items here. Also, if you're wondering, sometimes I use I select the potion and drink it, sometimes I just randomly drink. There is a button to like drink healing potions, and it drinks them in order from weakest to highest, like to most powerful in your inventory, but you don't know how many of which are left, so you can accidentally drink the best one when you only have a couple hit points to heal. So that's why when I'm not sure how much weak potions I have left, I prefer selecting them and using the key to use the item which is selected and not just to heal. Also, this is another place which is completely dark. There's this guy, has a mace and some money. Mace is useless. But this is one of those places that were really spooky when I was playing this as a kid, because the ceiling is low, there's the corpse, it's completely dark unless you cast torch. Yeah. But we are coming up to the end of the video, and one of the most memorable areas, if not the most memorable area in the game, at least for me, the real catacombs start here. And the next level will have the bulk of these catacombs. Well, actually, really, we will finish going through them and emerge on the other side. And first, it's 2 levels. The first level is the other place where the music is switched, so the more peaceful music for that level is more fitting, as I think. But we will of course get 2 videos like last time, because it's a big and important enough place for that. But that's for next time. For now, thank you for watching this little silly update of Crusaders of Might and Magic, and see you next time. Goodbye.